Welcome to Breakfast Sports, coming to you from NTA Sports 24. Of course, this is the first edition for the week, the first edition for the month, and also the first edition for this quarter. And so I'm excited to welcome you. Happy New Month to you all. All right, my name is Bade Adeleye. Like we do every day on Breakfast Sports, we bring to the spotlight a certain issue about any sporting topic. And I know for today, we shall be discussing what has been trending in Nigeria for over a week. There's this sport that's been trending, and it's no other sport. I'm talking about cricket. Cricket is fast developing in Nigeria, and we're seeing cricket attaining greater heights, even in the international community. So, like we always do, we love celebrating great things, and today we'll be talking cricket. But this time around, it will be about Abuja, because there is a cricket league going on in Abuja, which is huge, which is big, because there are few states in Nigeria that have got cricket leagues. So Abuja having a cricket league is a big deal, and we'll be talking very much about that. So after this quick break, I will be introducing you to my guest on the show, but that will be after the break.
I just want your papers, please.
Sir.
Salary don't enter. Yes, so. And month never even reach sef. Na salary plenty, oh. No wonder I no gree collect roja from my hand. Shut up, sir. I'm here to bail my younger brother.
Happen.
With good laws,
proper funding,
Training.
and cooperation.
If it happen.
Alright, you're still watching Breakfast Sports, coming to you from NTA Sports 24. Like I told you earlier, and now being joined in the studio by two, gentlemen that have got a lot to talk about when it comes to cricket in Nigeria. By my immediate right, I've got Michael Egiethua. He is the head of the Abuja Club Cricket Committee. Welcome to the show, sir.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here.
All right, thank you. And also with me is Saad Butt. He's the technical head of the Irish Smart Technologies Abuja Cricket League. You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, before we go to the topic of the day, which is about the Abuja Cricket League, we'd like to take this report because our correspondent, Olalekan Kilajulu, was at the fourth round of games for the Abuja Cricket League, which held at Package B of the Abuja National Stadium on Sunday, the 31st of March.
In the opening game of the weekend between the Cricket Club of Abuja Panthers and the Abuja Indian Cricket Club, the Abuja Indian Cricket Club won the toss and opted to bat first. At the end of 20 overs, the AICC batted 123 runs in 20 overs for the loss of 6 wickets. The CCA Panthers came in the second innings to chase 123 runs and needed 124 runs to win. The CCA Panthers, however, played 124 runs in 17.2 overs with the loss of 5 wickets. The CCA Panthers won the Abuja Indian Cricket Club by 7 wickets, making this their second win in the league and overtaking the AICC on the league table. In the second match of the day between the Abuja Pakistan Cricket Club and the Aso Rock Cricket Club, Aso Rock Cricket Club won the toss and thereby elected to field first. At the end of first innings, the Abuja Pakistan Cricket Club batted 152 runs in 20 overs for the loss of 7 wickets. The Aso Rock Cricket Club came in the second innings to chase 152 runs and needed 153 runs to win. However, that was not to be, as they were stopped at 80 runs in 16.5 overs for the loss of 10 wickets. The Abuja Pakistan Cricket Club won by 72 runs. This makes it the fourth loss of the Aso Rock Cricket Club in the league and also keeps them at the bottom of the league table. Abuja Pakistan Cricket Club have won all their 4 games in the league and are thus at the top of the league table.
For the young talents, that are involved in the tournament, I say we have had new discoveries. Some of the young boys in fielding, in batting. We've had some outstanding performances from some of these young guys. For the rest of us who are seasoned players, it has been an opportunity for us to engage in very serious cricket, unlike what we have Sunday cricket, that's what we call it. But this is a very competitive, high performance league.
Meanwhile, board member of the Nigerian Cricket Federation, Dari Aimola, has called for early preparation for the Nigerian Under-19 team ahead of the 2020 ICC Under-19 World Cup in South Africa.
We are not just going to the World Cup to mark the numbers. Even from Namibia, we had made up our mind that no, we are going there to make an impact. So our preparation starts right away. And I'm happy when the Honorable Minister hosted us, he has said we should put up our program. That's our work program towards the World Cup. And they will make everything possible to make sure that we are assisted by the government.
Team Nigeria qualified for the World Cup after conquering Africa at the recently concluded qualifiers in Namibia. In Abuja, Olalekan Kilajolu, NTA Sports.
Thank you very much, Olalekan Kilajolu, there, telling you about the Maiden Abuja Cricket League. And, for this maiden edition, 4 teams are participating. And, we'll get to know more about these teams. But, another thing is that by this weekend, it will be entering week 5. This league started on the 10th of March. And so it's waxing stronger. Now, let me start with you. This is huge. It's, it's something big when it comes to cricket in Nigeria. Having a league, in Abuja, because so many states do not have. We have few states in Nigeria that have got cricket league. Having cricket league in Abuja, how were you able to conceive the idea, and how did it, come to reality?
Well, the idea has been a long time coming, and we've been planning for years. While we play our Sunday cricket here, we've always had it in mind to have this Abuja Cricket League. The best that we got in the past was having tournaments that we named after some of our departed friends, like I said before, behind the scene, But we put out a request, within our own Abuja Cricket community, and somebody came up and said, okay, you guys want to do this league? This is your budget, and I'll fund it. That's how we got to this Irish Smart, Technologies Abuja Cricket League, for what's going to be for like a test period of 3 years. We have a deal sealed up for 3 years now. So we're going to re-engineer it at the end of 3 years, and go back to the drawing board and look at some of the, because it's going to be a learning curve for us. This first league, we know it's going to be a learning curve, and in the next 3 years we should be able to have an understanding of what needs to be put in place, especially the technical aspect of the league, and then the issue of recruiting younger players and training younger players to come up into the league.
All right, now, Saad, we've got 4 teams. The Abuja Cricket Club, Abuja Pakistanis Cricket Club, we've got Aso Rock Cricket Club, and Abuja Indians Cricket Club, making it 4. I'm talking from the technical aspect. How has it been, over the 4 weeks?
Well, it has been a thorough success up to now, and all the 4 teams are engaging in a full competitive spirit and abiding by the rules of our Abuja Cricket League, and every player is certain now. This is not only Sunday cricket, it is a competitive cricket, plus all the teams are gelled together, because we have a very big Abuja cricket community, and all the teams are believe me, every week, throughout the week, they are planning for their match on Sunday. So that's what we want to breed in Abuja cricket community, that they are willing and they are waiting for every Sunday, waiting to make a big impact every Sunday. And every Sunday we have a different player of the match from a different team, and people are playing in very high spirits.
All right. Now that people are saying this cricket league, it's moving so fast, it's entertaining, it's exciting. So in fact, there may be some clubs in Abuja, cricket clubs. Now you decided to start with just 4. Going forward, Do you think with the excitement you've created, with the awareness, with what you've done, that you will see more clubs coming up for the subsequent editions of the league?
Yes, indeed. We're going to have more clubs coming up in subsequent editions of the league. Like I've mentioned to you behind the cameras, I told you that we limited this first edition of the league to only cricket playing members in Abuja.
Okay.
And then those who have also played cricket in Abuja in the past but are out of town and are willing to play in the league, they are also eligible to play in this league. However, moving forward, we are going to open up the playing space to people from outside of Abuja. Right here in Kaduna, there's a lot of cricket going on there, and then some of our national players also come from there. So the essence of this league also is to provide for these young players, like you just showed us in your analysis on TV now about the national under-19 team. Most of these boys, they need all these exposures to in the local leagues to be playing constantly. So we give them that opportunity, and I'm sure a whole lot of them are ready, because I haven't seen what we'll achieve in this first edition. Like he just talked about player of the match. We're giving 5,000 naira for every player of the match. There's also a bag of rice by some other friendly people, a bag of rice for player of the match. And there are 2 matches every weekend, so 2 people go away with that amount of money. And I'm sure at the finals, there's going to be much more money, for the MVP and then best fieldsman, best bowler. So I believe most of these players around the environs, when they start to hear this kind of incentives, that will also inspire them. In fact, the winning team also gets some good amount of money. I think about 300,000, 200,000. So these are the incentives that we want to put in place to attract the cricket playing community in Abuja and around Nigeria. And I can assure you that people will come from Lagos, people will come from Kaduna, people will come from Port Harcourt when we get our league properly set up in the way we want to do it.
All right, Saad, let's look at it this way. There was a time that you were just playing for fun. You come every Sunday to just, play your favorite sport. This time around is competitive. I understand your team, Abuja Pakistanis Cricket Club. You've not lost any game. You've just been winning. So
we're going to beat them in highest.
So, how is it like? What has changed for your guys? How do you now feel that this has become a competition and you need to win?
Okay, let me add a small thing about this young players and the competitiveness and the prize money and all that.
Okay.
Right now, after 4 weeks, the best fielder of the league is a youth guy from Pakistan, Abuja Pakistani Cricket Club.
Okay.
His name is Joel Kelachi, and he's the best fielder right now. And as you mentioned, we have a separate prizes and separate trophies at the end of the tournament. For the best player of the tournament, he will be going with 50,000. Then best batsman, best bowler, and best fielder, they all will be going with 25,000 plus, of course, bag of rice and trophies. So the incentive is already there on the table. It is just for the taking. And if we come back to our team, yes, what I see in our team is actually the success behind is just that we are working as a team. Because cricket is a sport which is a team sport. It is not an individual sport. So if the team is bonded and you utilize your best resources, like we are using our youth players at their best. Our 2 youth players are in the top charts of, you will find them in the best bowler category and the best fielder category also. I'm talking about the pure youth players. I mean pure Nigerian youth players who have started cricket in Abuja just few years back maybe. So, and of course the idea is to develop Abuja cricket to that level that when it comes to National Sports Festival or it comes to national championships by NCF, Abuja cricket team should be in the position to challenge any other state.
All right, Mr. Mike, now looking at it this way. For so many sports, what they are doing now is to go to schools to catch them young. They go to schools, tell them you need to, allow your kids, your students, your pupils to, practice our sport. Is the best, it's good for their development and everything. And now, many people have always believed that cricket is expensive. that, and you cannot do it maybe at home, or maybe you need to do it at the stadium or something. How are you changing this? Which is number one. And secondly, how are you going with the propagation of the gospel of cricket?
Well, like cricket, you know, you have to. You asked me a question from at the start, how we got to get this sponsorship and get this league going. I told you it was a long time coming. Now
Yes.
we'll go back to the roots. Cricket in the FCT started when a few people who had played cricket across Nigeria, across the world, met themselves in Abuja, maybe like some 14 years ago, and at that time there was no playing ground. You know, they had just finished the the All African Games. You know, and we were looking for a way to play. Initially, we started playing from the lawns of the British High Commission with some British citizens and co. But they now came together and set up what they call the Cricket Club Abuja, that had the intention to propagate cricket in Abuja and to bring about development of cricket as well as taking it to the schools. So this has been a long time coming, and the Cricket Club Abuja in the past 12 to 13 years has had programs that took cricket to the schools. Sometimes we organize the students from the schools, pick up about 20 students from like 6 schools, you know, and bring them to the National Stadium playing ground where we play and coach them along with their coaches. Also, we have been able to provide bat shapes, because you cannot buy the full kits for them. I mean, in the volume that you want to give out. So we have carpenters produce bat shapes and then tennis balls, because in the long run, just like you play cricket in your backyard, like you play football in every corner around Nigeria, the only way we can start playing cricket around every corner in Nigeria and in our backyards is to bring an abridged version of the game, which sometimes we call it quick cricket. That's what you use bat shapes for, and tennis balls. When I was in secondary school many years ago, at the age of 11, we had what we used to call miliki. Miliki is another corrupted form of milk. You know, the milk cup. By the time you strike a milk cup, you know, it becomes a very dangerous missile. But if as a young man you can face that missile, somebody is stoning it at you and you are facing it, then by the time you enter the cricket pitch and face a leather ball, you know, you'll be well prepared to face such missiles. Because bowling is about throwing balls at very high speed, you know. So what I'm saying is that with this development of giving out bat shapes, tennis balls to our children in schools, even at home, in churches, we can, in the long run, succeed in making cricket a household name, whereby we start to play in every corner of our country, in our backyards. That is an ultimate goal that I think we should work towards.
All right, before we go on this quick break, because I would like you to just briefly tell us, like this type of competition, we've seen what the Nigerian under-19 cricket team did last weekend by qualifying for the World Cup. Now, how do you think this type of competition, this type of league is going to help raise people that can represent Nigeria internationally?
Yeah, first of all, let me take an opportunity to congratulate whole Nigeria about this great achievement. This has been historic, and it is once in a lifetime dream for all those young guys who have participated, who have successfully gotten into the World Cup now. And believe me, this news is just at the right time, especially for our league, if we see in that perspective, because all the young guys in our league who are participating in different teams, because we have a rule that every team should have minimum 3 young players in their squads, and most of the teams are featuring them in their playing 11s also. So they are very much optimistic, because all these youth players, they are under 19 who have qualified for the World Cup. Anybody can get to that level. So it is a real boost for all of them who are participating in our league also, and they have really a good chance, because we have identified already some of the very young guys who has that capability and that temperament to feature for any big team for Nigeria in the future.
All right, thank you so much. You're still watching Breakfast Sports, and we've been discussing the ongoing cricket league here in Abuja. It's not the time for us, because we've got no time on the show today. Let's just quickly take a look at the headlines as packaged by the producer. sports headlines as packaged by the producer. It's now time for us to take a look at the sports dailies, and I'm starting with Sporting Live. It's here very bold. At the top, Cardiff City 1, Chelsea 2, Loftus Cheek's late show on Chelsea dramatic win. Liverpool 2, Tottenham 1, Liverpool regain top spot after on-goal drama. Real Madrid rejects 3 bail bids. Tottenham name 150 million euros price tag for Eriksen. Etebo too good for championship, Bruce confesses. Odion Igalo scores again in China. And Raw, I'm working hard to improve Eagles. And for the ITO NFF Awards later today, Nigeria Footballers of the Year, who will be the king, Queen, Igalo, Musa, Iwobi are top contenders. Oshuala, Odega, Ebi, two. Back page, Barca keen to sign Mata. And down we've got Tottenham. Okay, it's still I've taken that one before. Roma wants Sarri next season. And now going to Sporting Sun. Top there we've got ahead of AFCON 2019. Igalo strikes again in China. Once Cameroon, Egypt, others. PSG terms the year with £350,000 weekly. Indeed, Leicester players getting better. Zidane confesses I like Pogba a lot. Borough striker brands Mikel Uncle. Back page, Man U set to resign Zaha. Batty wins made in Miami Open. And Ronaldo posts nude. Wow, that's alright, that's the much we can take from the sports dailies. And now, let me quickly ask Saad this one. When you came to Nigeria, I felt you looked at Nigerian sports dailies and you saw that most of it, I'm always
Football.
filled with football. How will you feel one day when you wake up to find cricket, and other sports?
Okay, that's actually the try which we are trying to do in Abuja actually, because as I always discuss because in Nigeria is a football-oriented country, and we need to replace that mentality, as Mike also said before, that bring the cricket to every house yard. I remember in my country we play cricket with anything looks similar to cricket. We hold anything which looks like a bat as a bat, any round thing as a ball. That's how here children play football actually. So we need to swap that mentality and that thinking process to cricket, and definitely we will see cricket more and other sports less in the
All right,
newspapers
just
also.
in a few seconds, a quick one from you. Any last word from you?
Well, we need to tell our children, because when you talk about youth restiveness, now everybody's going into football, but there's a lot of money being earned in football, so the parents need to know that. And cricket is about character. It's not a game where people fight or steal. Once you come into a cricket playing community, you are bound to be groomed. So that's one other avenue for your children to be well groomed. So when we come to your churches, to your schools, and to your homes to preach the gospel of cricket, please open your doors for us.
So cricket is called a gentleman game
It's a
actually.
gentleman's game.
That's how it is.
All right, you can also be part of the ongoing Abuja Cricket League by going to Package B of the Abuja National Stadium on Sunday, 7th April, 14th April, and the 28th of April. You see beautiful cricket being played there. All right, I've been with the studio with the chairman of the Abuja Club Cricket Committee, Mike.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure.
Always interesting to answer.
Thank you
for
very
coming on the show.
It was nice having
All right, that's Breakfast Sports for today, and thank you for being a part of it. Always stay with NTA Sports 24.